For a while, I just stood there, shocked, completely forgetting to close my mouth. Just when I had thought I'd countered one of their strong points, their counterattack had been this reckless argument that I couldn't possibly have anticipated. Is this gonna be impossible after all? To continue denying the witch on an island with no more than 18 people, and still believe in the innocence of those 18 people. Is that just a delusion? Am I just trying to escape reality? Not yet. Don't give up this desperate struggle yet. Who cares about whoever's Raven? They're just trying to confuse me by bringing up weird bits of trivia. I used the devil's proof. Don't feel uncertain about something you've used once. Believe in the spell you've drawn. And then, forcefully, gouge it in.
まだまだ序盤だぞ。この程度で長考するつもりか？
いや待て。確認するぞ。確かに俺は、わかりやすく19人目という言い方をしたが、悪魔の証明によって18人以上人間を増やせるなら、それは10人いるか100人いるかもわからない。不特定多数ということだ。お前が想定する人数より常に1人多い。わかるか？
They countered my twisted logic with something even more twisted. So the only thing that could counter that would be even crazier twisted logic.
なるほど。わらわが19人目のアリバイを何らかの方法で証明したとしても、その瞬間にそなたは20人目を生み出し犯人だと主張する。これを無限に繰り返すことによって、わらわは永遠に彼らのアリバイの証明が終えられないというわけか。なるほどなるほど。さながらイナゴの大群を呼び出す魔王よな。さすがは金蔵の孫よ。召喚術の才能には恵まれていると見える。
つまり18人以外の存在 X は常にアリバイを証明することが不可能なんだ。どうだベアト。ヘリクス合戦だと分かれば俺も負けねえぜ。
愚かしいぞ。わらわを誰と心得る。わらわこそは無限の魔女。そのわらわに無限にて挑むとは片払いたいわ。無限を操ることはつまり無限を殺すこともできるということ。わらわが19人目を切ればそなたは20人目を呼び、20人目を切れば21人目を呼び、21人目を切れば22人目を切れば23人目を呼び34人目を呼び、6計4358兆2235億7967万3204人目を呼び、わらわを永遠に翻弄で生きるとでも？無限交代とは笑わせる。わらわに無限は通じぬわ。
ほう。ならばどうやってこの俺の無限を殺すんだよ。見せてみろよ。
わらわには真実を赤で語る力があろうが。
来やがったな。
わらわが赤で語るとき、そこには一切の幻想がない。わらわがこの島には100人しかいないと一言赤で語れば、そなたにはもはや101人目を生み出すことはかなわぬのだ。ほーら、 バトラー。今度はどんな真実を赤で語ってみせようか。どんな拠り所を叩き切ってそなたを絶望に突き落としてやろうか。そーら、いつもの怯えた顔を見せてみるがいい。なに？そなた、笑うか。
I wonder what kind of creepy look I had on my face as I laughed right then. That rat sure is scary. Every time it jumps out, I'm driven into the depths of hopelessness. But I've already realized something. There's no need to be overly afraid of the rat.
また抜きやがったな。殿下の宝刀だ。それで今度はベアトリーチェ様は何をどう赤で語ってくださるってんだ？
それはどういう意味？急に余裕を見せよって。
悪いが、その真っ赤な宝刀は俺も抜いてくれるのを待ってたんだ。さて、お前は今度は何を赤で宣言してくれるんだ？言っとくが、そいつは自爆だぜ。その時点でお前は魔女説を自ら捨てたも同然。まさに盗猟だ。確かに俺にとっても。
That's right. The rat wasn't always a weapon that walked in Beato's favor alone. It was the other way around. If she used it the wrong way, it was dangerous enough that she could bring about her own death. If she used it carelessly and said something that ended up denying herself, it would be exactly the same as self-destructing.
18人の中に犯人がいると赤で言われることは受け入れたくない悲しい事実さ。たとえ誰が犯人であっても俺はきっと辛い気持ちになるだろうぜ。だが人間が犯人だとお前が赤で語ることはお前の盗猟宣言にも等しい。お前が俺と差し違えても相打ちにしたいってんならそれも面白い一手だろうぜ。だがこの勝負は俺の勝ちで終わる。
Beatrice's rat was her true trump card. When that person speaks in rat, it's definitely the truth, and no amount of proof or counter-arguments can change that. Until now, she's used it to severely wound me, and each time, the tiny foundation supporting my heart gets split in half. However, if she uses it carelessly, then I can also glean a little information about the truth. In the last game, I used it to my advantage, especially during the chapel's closed room trick, and almost completely got her boxed in at one point. But she was pretty sly herself. She learned from experience, and since then, she started using discretion in the timing of her rat. This feeling of tension was almost literally like a battle with real swords. This is a high-level intellectual battle. No, not an intellectual battle. This really is twisted logic. This was the world's craziest and worst battle of twisted logic.
さあ、今度はお前の出番だぜ。そうさ。お前のヘンペルのカラスを使うには、まず18人以外に何人の人間がいるのかを赤で確定させる必要がある。その上で、それらの人間についてさらに赤で犯人でないことを宣言したならば、なるほど、こいつは俺にとって致命傷になるだろうぜ。
あれほど怯えていた赤をもはやみじんも怯えぬとはな。たくましいやつよ。
抜いてみろよ。殿下の宝刀。バッサリ決まって、今度こそ俺を屈服できるかもしれねえぜ。
面白い。こうでなくてはな。
Agitate her, challenge her, drive her into a corner to make her speak in red. Of course, her red's always wiping out my only rays of hope, but don't be afraid of that. On this island overcome with falsehoods and illusions, the only thing I can trust is the information she speaks in red. It's my only way across the chasm of hell. Just a single tightrope. Her merciless blood-red blade is the only way I can survive. This isn't just walking on a tightrope, it's like literally walking on the edge of a blade. Of course I'm afraid. Because my victory condition is the denial of witches, then, to use her contrapositive logic, the culprit must be human. But I didn't want to search for a culprit amid the 18. That's what made me stick to a weak position, since I had to claim both that it couldn't be a witch, and that it couldn't be one of the 18. Last time, I was unable to understand that, so that's where she hit me, leaving me tattered and defeated. But that's okay. Let her hit me. Let her attack. No problem. Someone said it once in an old sword fighting movie, that a good fortress has one, and only one, intentionally weak point. The enemy would gather there. They would be lured there. And that would be where the actual battle took place. As long as I understood my weak points, and as long as she wanted to attack those weak points, it was as if I were luring her into launching an attack there. Gauge the distance between us with care, retreating step by step. Make them move forward. The more she recklessly flourished at red, the more chances I would get to strike back. Don't be afraid of the red. Keep her cornered, so that she'll have no choice but to refute me with the red. No matter how oppressively she speaks in red. That's right, that red itself is the same as fresh blood, leaking from her wounds.
さあ、どうしたよ。まずはこの島に合計で何人いるのか、赤で語ってもらおうじゃねえか。さもないと、お前のカラスは俺に切り込めないぜ。
破れかぶれがこうもやりにくいとは。捨て身というやつはいつの時代も侮れんな。やはり金蔵の孫。追い詰められれば追い詰め不敵。
Renove cleared his throat.
膠着しましたね。せっかくの紅茶も冷めてしまいますよ。お嬢様。
Renove, who was supposed to be her ally, roguishly rushed her into making her next move. Beato probably thought she'd manage to smile back and appear confident, but she couldn't hide the sweat building up on her forehead. By now, she had completely lost the confident feeling that had allowed her to turn her nose up at her worthless opponent. Of course, she probably wouldn't be cornered by something like this. She's just being cautious. Until now, I've been inexperienced. I didn't know how to fight, and I wasn't strong enough to be her opponent. However, now that we've reached the third game, she's realized that I'm starting to become more skilled, and she's grown more cautious, thinking every move over carefully. Sure, that's just fine, Beatrice. Sorry to keep you waiting. Are you happy now?
面白くなってきたぜ。
バトラー。
拉致が開かねえな。なら、ズバッと気持ちよく、いつものやつで行こうじゃねえか。
ほう。いつものやつとな。ならば頼もうではないか。あれを聞かぬと、やはり始まった気がせぬわ。
The first move was wine.
行くぜ、ベアート。副賞要求。この島には18人しかいない。こいつを赤で言われちまったら、俺は18人の誰かを疑わざるを得ない。19人目の仕業にはもうできず、八方塞がりさ。だが、俺は18人の中に犯人が絶対にいないと信じてる。あんな残酷な殺人を18人の誰にも起こせるものか。繰り返すぞ。副賞要求。この島には18人しかいない。
拒否する。理由は明かさない。
Ooh! I'd avoided what would have been the worst red for me. If she'd repeated that, I'd be faced with those two worst choices of accepting the witch or suspecting one of the 18. Like last time all over again. But Beato hadn't proclaimed my ultimate and greatest weakness in red. She refused to repeat it, even though there was no reason for her not to strike, even though it was a weakness she should have been drooling at. She hadn't sliced me up with red by using that move, which should have been as good as forking a rook and the king. This was a big sign of my advantage. That's right. The culprit isn't one of the 18. I won't suspect anyone. And since the culprit isn't a witch either, it means a 19th person exists on this island. And that's you. A person who, as grandfather's mistress of 30 years, has been secretly living in a hidden mansion in the forest for a long, long time. The human Beatrice.
そうさ。お前は魔女なんかじゃない。この島に何十年も隠れ住んできた。ただの人間なんだ。
1000年を経た無限の魔女のわらわをただの人間呼ばわりしたから。
For a while, Beatrice continued to laugh unpleasantly and gloatingly, or maybe spitefully.
いいか、続けるぜ。続けて副賞要求。この島には19人以上がいる。
Beatrice fell silent once again. She'd probably remain extremely cautious as long as confirming the number of humans on this island might give her some large disadvantage, depending on the situation. The red has already become a foothold for my counterattacks. Now that we know this, it makes the red very risky for the witch. But if she couldn't repeat this, her Hempel's Raven wouldn't be effective. To break my devil's proof, she would need to settle the existence and number of people outside the 18 in red. That's right. She couldn't break the existence of a 19th person unless she used red. I've closed Beato in, giving her no choice but to speak in red. There really is a way to fight in this witch's game.
拒否してもいいんだぜ。お前が赤で言えないなら、この島の合計人数は18プラス X ってことになる。この X は初手で許すには相当でかい大駒だぜ。何しろ以後18人の誰にも不可能だったという根拠のトリックは 全て18人以外の人間 X で説明可能になる。全員アリバイ系の密室を全て打ち破れる大駒だ。
It was just like how a chess bishop can cut a thin line through enemy forces as long as there's a slight gap. It could only be effectively used on squares of the same color, but it was very good at controlling territory on the board. It looked like Beato also noticed her current plight. She couldn't just let such an important piece go, especially this close to the beginning of the game. If she pulled out her red treasured sword, it wouldn't be that difficult to save herself from this. But Beato was completely aware that I was expecting it. She was afraid that a careless red truth might end up strangling her own neck. Because, in the first place, a witch is something that ought to be denied in red. Believe. Don't doubt. Witches don't exist. Something like that couldn't exist in this world. They can only exist in the valleys between truths. They have a fragile existence curled up in these cracks, frantically trying to protect themselves from the brutal winds of truth. And they can only barely exist like a mirage by surviving on falsehoods and illusions. In other words, the red, which only witches can use, is the reality that might easily deny their very being. The more they brandish their red swords, the more they begin to lose bit by bit that crack in truth inside which they can endure. That's why they don't want to use red words, carelessly lose that crack in truth, which is based on fuzzy information. Or illusions, in other words. That's because they understand that they are gradually being cornered. Of course, that bastard will never admit it. Because if she did, it would be the same as admitting that she's something that can't exist in this world, like an imaginary number. Don't be afraid. Stay strong. I know that she's the one who's really been pierced to the bone. After all, her red treasured sword can't be used without a lot of preparation.
どうしたよ。繰り返すぜ。副将要計。この島には19人以上がいる。
At the end of Beato's worrying, she took a single deep breath and quietly announced her refusal. I thought she'd use it, but Beato refused to speak in red, even though it would cost her victory in the opening part of the game.
拒否した。ということは今後、俺は18人以外の架空人物 X を何人でも使い放題ってことになるぜ。
好きにするがよい。わらわはそなたの復唱を拒否した。今はそれで十分である。拒否の理由は、いや、今はまだ明かさぬ。いずれすぐにわかる。
もったいぶりやがってよ。
あえて使わぬ赤もまた赤らしい使い方よ。そなたは赤き宝刀と呼んだな。愉快な例えよ。わらわも使う。宝刀は抜かぬうちが花。むしろ抜かぬことによって醸せる畏怖というものもある。
そうだな。俺はお前がいつ赤でひっくり返してくるか常に念頭に置いて戦わなければならない。こいつはえれえプレッシャーだ。それに副将を拒否される方が辛い場合もある。何しろ俺の読みが正しいから拒否できないのか、ミスリードにはまって泳がされてるのか区別がつかないからな。そういう意味ではなるほど。 抜かずの宝刀ってわけだ。
同じ突き落とすなら少しでも高いところに行かせてからに限る。まだ始まったばかり。まだまだ。この勝負は今淡き勝利に今は弱い。今は